Hello, Cupcake Jemma here and welcome to my channel. If you are a returning viewer or a subscriber, welcome back. If you are a new viewer and you've never seen me before, then just welcome. Straight up welcome. If you like this recipe video I'm about to show you, then please do subscribe and that way you won't miss out on all the fun stuff I'm about to show you. So today's recipe is kind of a bit current, guys, but maybe slightly late to the party because I am going to show you how to make mermaid cupcakes. You know, like a couple of years ago it was all about rainbows and then it was unicorns, and now it seems like the mermaid's kind of taken over and is really making waves. Okay, well, moving on to the actual recipe. I'm going to start by making the decorations, which obviously have to be a mermaid tail. And these are quite easy as long as you have an essential piece of kit, which is this silicone mold. And they come in all kinds of sizes, colours. This is obviously a single one, it's quite big, but I've also got a tray of, let's see, 16 mermaid tails, which is quite a lot, and these are much smaller. And I'm going to be using white chocolate for these. You can use sugar paste if you want, you could just press your sugar paste in, but I find it a lot easier just to use white chocolate because it's melty and easy and it gets into all the corners. So I've already melted my white chocolate with a tiny, tiny bit of cocoa butter just to help its fluidity. So I'm going to cut the end off my piping bag. I haven't chopped too much off because I don't want it to really gush out. I want to have some control over it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and fill my molds. So once you've filled your trays with the white chocolate, you then need to chill them, and you can either do that in the freezer for a few minutes or in the fridge for like half an hour to an hour until they're nice and set, and then they turn out like this. Now, at the moment, these mermaid tails look a little bit anemic. There is no life in them. So I'm going to jazz them up using luster dust. Now, I've not used these in videos before, but we use them in Crumbs Doilies all the time. You've probably used them before in your cake decorating history. And they're really useful. You can use them for painting with a little bit of vodka, or you can do what I'm about to do, which is to make really lovely blended colours onto things like mermaid tails. So I've got a lovely palette here with some lovely mermaidy colours and a soft, soft paintbrush, and I'm just going to blend them away. So you can do as many or as few of these as you like, but obviously I'm going to be making 12 cupcakes, so I'm obviously going to need 12 in various sizes. So you're going to need to keep them cool until you need to use them, so I would recommend leaving them in the fridge until you finish baking your cakes, but for now just keep going until you've got enough. Now it's time to make the sponge of the cupcakes, and these are going to be multicoloured mermaid yummy things. So that's great. And I'm basing it on my white chocolate mud cake cupcake recipe, which you may have experienced already, and if you have, lucky you, and if you haven't, lucky you, because it's so yummy. It's going to be even yummier in a minute because I'm going to make it all pretty and colourful. So I've already begun by melting some of my ingredients together, and all the measurements for this recipe are in the description box below, so please go and check that out. So in this bowl I have my white chocolate, my milk, my butter and my vanilla, and I melted it together in a pan. You can do it in the microwave as well, and I've just left it to cool a little bit. So next up, I'm going to whisk my eggs and my sugar together. I am actually using 1½ eggs. You can use 2 small eggs, but I always have large eggs in my kitchen, so I can't do that. So 1½ large eggs or 2 small eggs into the bowl, and I'm going to add my sugar and just give that a really good whisk until it's quite pale. So now I want to go in with my melted white chocolate mixture and give that a bit of a whisk as well. And once that's all really well combined, you can go in with your flour. I've got self-raising flour here. Just whack it in and stir that about with a whisk as well. That is very tasty smelling, so I think it's going to be tasty once we've baked it. But I'm going to be doing 3 colours. I'm going to do pink, blue and purple, but I'm only going to use pink and blue to make all of those colours because obviously pink and blue make purple. So I'm going to divide my batter between these 3 little jugs here. And then I'm going to use, as usual, colour paste, or you can also use oil-based colour, and just mix them really, really well. So these colours look really good and definitely going to look pretty cool in the cake. So I'm going to do this by spooning blobs of each colour into each cupcake case. You can use piping bags if you want, but sometimes this batter can be quite runny and it can be quite difficult to control the run. So I'm just going to scoop and scoop and scoop and scoop and scoop until I've got loads of lovely multicoloured cupcakes, but I will always end on pink because it bakes the nicest colour. If you end on the green or the bluey green or the purple, it can go a bit murky. So try and end off on the pink if you can. And with all the batter in, I'm just now going to bake these at 170 degrees C for 18 to 20 minutes until they're nice and springy on the top. And I'm back to finish off my beautiful, soon-to-be beautiful mermaid cakes. They are looking pretty cool as they are. As you can see, the pink's got a really nice colour. There's lots of layers inside. Now we're going to make them even prettier by decorating them with a variety of colours of buttercream. And I'm just using my regular vanilla buttercream recipe. I have got pink, greeny, bluey, aqua and purple. And to start with, I'm going to use my cling film technique. It's not my technique at all, loads of people do it, but I'm going to be using that technique to get all of my colours into one piping bag. So here goes. So once it's all rolled up in your sausage, you can put it into a piping bag. I've got a nice big piping bag here with a round nozzle on the end. So just wiggle it in. Make sure it goes right to the bottom and that there's no cling film obstructing the end. Give it a little twist. Make sure it's coming out. Yes, it is. And now you can do a little blob on your cupcakes. Now they already look pretty cool, but they're going to look even cooler because I have a really fun mix of mermaidy kind of sprinkles, which I made. Obviously I have the luxury of, I don't even know how many sprinkles behind me in my sprinkle cupboard. You guys all love my sprinkle cupboard. You can buy pre-mixed mermaidy style sprinkles. There's loads of companies that do them now, so you shouldn't have much trouble trying to find something suitable. I've also got another piping bag with some kind of light blue buttercream with a star nozzle on, and that is going to be the kind of wave that the mermaid is like leaping into. Does that make sense? She's not leaping out. Anyway, she's going to be in a wave. So start off by sprinkling, then finish it with a wave. And that's all my waves done. So now all that remains is to put my mermaid tails in, and I've picked my favourite ones from my little bunch that I made earlier. So now all I need to do is stick them in. And there they are, beautiful little mermaid cupcakes ready to swim off into somebody's mouth, some lucky person. So I hope you give those a go. Please do, and please take a picture and put it on your Instagram feed. Make sure you hashtag Cupcake Jemma so that I can see it and maybe even pick it if it's one of my faves and put it on my own Instagram feed every Mega Fan Monday. So this has been me, Cupcake Jemma, making these mermaid cupcakes for you guys, and I'll be back next week with another recipe. In the meantime, don't forget to check out my merch. Make sure you head over there, grab yourself something small or even something big as a treat. You deserve it. And I will see you next week. Bye.